Well, hello everybody, welcome to MonsterPatternSearch Demonstration video. My name is Alexander Nikitin, I am a professional trader and a developer of pattern search software. And before we start talking about the MonsterPatternSearch, we need to set our platform accordingly. First of all, we need to go to Tools, to go to Options, and set some limitations for maximal bars in history. This is the limitation of how many bars we allow to download from our servers, and the maximal bars in chart. This is the amount of bars we have on our chart for indicator to analyze. So if you want to do the backtest, you need to allow as many charts as possible. If you don't want to do the backtesting, the small amount will save your RAM consumption. That's it. So let's go to Tools once again, go to History Center and go to download something. For example, we are running Euro GBP and we want to do some backtest. So open Euro GBP, open 1 hour, you see 1 hour, and click download to that. Close this. This will download bars for backtesting. If you allowed 5,000 bars, it will download 5,000 bars from your broker server. If you allowed 1 million bars, it will download as many bars as your broker has. After that, you need to right click on that and click refresh. Depending on the version you get, you have either MPS manual files, you have MPS auto files, or MPS Pro files. And also you are given the Pattern Trade Assistant free bonus. Well, you have to copy these files, you have to go to your file, open data folder this way, open MQL4, open indicators and place MPS files here. Then you are to open experts and place Pattern Trade Assistant here. After that, you are to close and open your MetaTrader to reload that. Once the operations are done, you will find your indicators under the Navigator tab, Control N. Within the indicators folders, you have indicators. Within the expert advisors, you have expert advisors. Google or watch some YouTube videos on how to use your MetaTrader 4 platform if you still have some questions. Let's do that. After we installed our indicator, just double click on that and it will be attached to the chart. Well, MonsterPatternSearch has manual swing identification functions, it has automatic swing identification function, and it has backtesting mode. Depending on the variation you have, you may either have a manual or automatic function, or you can have both. In the Pro version, it is a full functionality. Plus, you can have a backtesting with Pro version as well. In today's video, I will talk showing you the example of full functionality of the MPS Pro version. So you should mind that your version may not have some of those features. Okay, once the indicator is attached, let's go to the settings, right click and go to indicators, double click to MPS whatever 3.8, MPS Pro, and what we will discuss right now. Let's first discuss the automatic function. To run the automatic function, you need to switch it from manual to auto. This is the first thing you need to do. If you have MPS automatic or MPS manual, you don't have this switch. You don't need to switch any. You only have either this or that, but with Pro version you have it. And you won't have this amount of bars. It is needed for backtesting, and you don't have them as well. The rest is identical. Well, the automatic function looks this way. Let me enable that and you will see that it draws the patterns. As you can see, patterns do not coincide to price section because the price of the potential reversal zone is calculated. It is not taken from the fractal that already reversed, and it doesn't show you only winners. Well, what patterns we have? First of all, what we can do, we can filter the patterns. We have 8 harmonic patterns. We have godly, we have bad. Let's switch the bad false. Well, we have butterfly, let us switch it false as well. We have crab pattern, let us switch that to false. We have deep crab pattern, switch that to false. We have alternative bite pattern, switch that to false as well. We have shark bite pattern, switch that to false, and alternative shark pattern, switch that to false. Shark number 1, shark number 2. Okay, what is left is only a Gartley pattern, just for demonstration purposes. It is a harmonic pattern. Don't mix up the things. Harmonic patterns are different from advanced patterns. You have 8 harmonic patterns and you have 4 advanced patterns. They are different strategies. Let's go and talk about the harmonic patterns first, and then we will switch into advanced patterns. You have some drawing settings. What are those drawing settings? The reversal zone can be displayed as prices if you type 1. You have some instructions here. 1 equals draw prices. So you can see it draws this. The XA calculation, AB equals CD calculation, and actually the BC inversion calculation. This is your potential reversal zone from here to here. Somewhere here the price is to reverse. Second, you can set that, you can set the reversal zone to rectangle. Why not? If you wish that to be displayed as rectangle. Cannot touch that like this. Yes, it is recalculated and placed back. So this is your reversal zone drawn as a rectangle. Third, you can display it as a simplified zone. So the simplified harmonics number 3. You will have only the XA and only stop loss, and you can also display that as lines. The line also runs the simplified version for harmonic patterns. PRZ4. This means that you will have it this way. You will only have lines. You won't have any prices, nothing of that kind. Okay, hope you understood how the potential reversal zone is drawn. Let's go to the pattern itself. All the patterns has 2 variations. The perfect variation and the standard variation. For example, with a perfect Gartley, your C point should be at least 618 and it should not touch 886. But standard variation says that the Gartley is valid if the C point is at least 382 and doesn't touch 618. Let us switch to a perfect variation and we will see that no Gartleys will be displayed. You see, nothing fits our requirement. Okay, let's go back to our settings. Let's enable a standard variation. Now it is the Gartley information. The Gartley path enable the standard variation and the Gartley will appear, of course. The color, you can differentiate between the patterns using the color. For example, if you are running, let's say, black, you always know that it is a Gartley because you have black. What else you can do? You can also fill it with color or use it without any fill. You only need to do the harmonic patterns. You only need to switch the background to false or true. You see, it will be filled with color this way. Okay. Well, next, another variation, the last but not the least, is the stop loss placement. There are some ways of displaying stops. The standard one is to use 1. This is 113 XA. It is the standard in the industry, and if you switch the fibs from your X to A, you will see it coincides with 113. Let's go to MPS Pro. Let me enable that to prices. Then let's go to harmonic patterns 1. If you will switch that to, this means it will be X plus 1 ATR. Actually, it's not plus 1 ATR. This means 1 ATR below X. So this means 1 ATR below X. And as you can see, it is a bit different from 113, a bit closer to 113. You see, this is the standard distance of that 27, and this is a bit smaller distance. So running 1 ATR may be a bit better. But as you will know further in this discussion, it also depends on the size of the pattern. For example, if your XA swing it has large amount of ATRs, this means that the patterns, your stop loss will be closer to X, relatively closer, because the swing size is larger and your take profit is larger, but stop loss, ATR stop loss stays the same. It is ATR. But if you have, let's say, only 3 ATRs within your XA leg, yes, the stop loss will be almost 1/3 of that, 1 ATR below X. This will be relatively more as compared to the pattern size. And you know, the larger is the pattern, the larger is the target. So that's why you may need to use 113, and it will be dynamic. With larger patterns and smaller patterns, you may be sure that relatively your stop loss stays the same. 113 means 100%, and 13, it means that you are risking 13% of your X to A leg, regardless of how large is your size. Just some tips in how you may use that. And also you can use equal distance. What equal distance means that you measure your size from your entry towards your first take profit, and you just place that same size for your risk. Let's type that to 3, and you will see how it works. Okay, so let us do the target calculation from XA. This is the standard calculation of 382, like this. From A to D, you measure your target. This is your entry, yes, so you set your stop loss like this: 60 for target and 60 for risk. You know that with harmonic patterns we are looking at this reversal zone between these 3 prices. We are looking for some price to hit them all, or we are looking at some candlestick formation within this zone to enter. That's why we may enter a bit lower. We may enter here, somewhere in the middle of that zone, or maybe somewhere slightly exceeding that zone. Maybe some prices rejecting, showing some wicks or whatever. This is the harmonic way of trading. It is conservative, and it is very based on that price section within the potential reversal zone, unlike the advanced patterns. Advanced patterns example will be explained a bit further in this video. Okay, so that's it about the stop losses. Let's go to switch the patterns off. Let us switch the harmonic pattern off. And here's the magic. Here's the magic. Let us enable the Gartley formation. Gartley formation is an advanced formation. It is not a harmonic pattern. And let's enable that. What you think? You don't have that Gartley. What happened? Because they have different rules of identification. And let me do something else. Let me go here and let me enable bat formation. Advanced pattern bat formation. You see, here's the magic. Instead of Gartley we have a bat. What happens? Why we have this difference? The difference is in the approach. The approach is different. If, in 2 words, if you want me to explain that difference between advanced patterns and harmonic patterns. So with advanced patterns, when price goes here, this is the B point, this is the middle point of your pattern, it should touch 50 and should not touch 618. So you have this range, and within this range the bat pattern is valid. Bat advanced formation. You see that? But if you are using harmonic approach, it is said there that in a Gartley pattern, it should be precise 618. What precise 618 means? When price is in the middle, like in this example, yes, somewhere in the middle, if it is closer to 618, it is a Gartley, and if it is closer to 50, it is a bet. Simple as that. Right now it is closer to 618, that's why it is a Gartley. That's why the potential reversal zone is that of a Gartley reversal zone. It is not of a 886 entry of bad pattern. You see it didn't complete. The bad pattern is never completed. Let me switch it here. So this is one of the main differences. Let's go to advanced formation. As we have a bad pattern, bad advanced formation, yes, we can switch it on or off. We can have perfect or standard. What is a perfect bad advanced formation? It is mainly the C point. The C point should lay within the 382 to 886 if you talk about the perfect variation, but the majority of traders are using the C point from 382 towards towards A. Unless it violates A, it is valid. Okay, and unlike harmonic patterns, we have the stop loss being first variation of stop loss, second variation, third variation, and number 4. What is that number 4 variation? This is my own variation of the whole pattern. It is based on my market research of those patterns. It is based on my years of analysis and back testing. I have found that it is better to use some different entry and some different stop-loss level. I have discovered the level of 80.9. This is my own level, and you will see that the price that is drawn here is actually that 80.9 level. You see, it is neither 786 as that of a Gartley, and it is neither the 886 of a BAT. If I switch that to standard, you will see that BAT formation never completed. So in my research, I discovered that feature, that in the majority of cases, BATs never completed that 886. They go deeper. You see that? Switching to original, and we have it a bit different. Okay, so what else we can do with our patterns? We can switch either, let's say, bullish or bearish. Let's switch that to bearish. For example, we have a downtrend, and within that downtrend, we only want those that are bearish. Yes, no patterns are displayed. And let's switch to bullish only. For example, we are in an uptrend. Yes, we have that. Patterns are displayed. What else we can do? We can filter our patterns. Right now, only bats are enabled. Let me filter them. What if I use the filter using the ATR? The XA should be the at least 2 ATR size, and maximum it can be 34 ATR. Pretty good. Let's see if we have some patterns. Yes, we have some minor patterns also displayed. Some small patterns are displayed. Well, that depends on your backtest. You are to backtest 1 hour time frame on this particular pair and find, well, this range acts better. Let's say this medium size bats or these large size bats are acting better than those small size bats. You have to do your backtest, and the best way to do that, the fastest way to do that, is to utilize the backtesting functions of MonsterPatternSearch Pro. Okay, let us switch to settings back. Let us filter those trades. You can switch not from ATR if you don't understand what the average true range of the candle is. You can set your limitation using pips, standard pips. For example, from 80 pips, you should type 80 and add a fractal number, because we have a 5-digit broker, towards let's say 200 pips, adding another 0 because we have 5-digit broker. Okay, from 80 to 200, and we don't have that. Why is that so? Because this pattern is extremely large. It is more than 200. It is 202 and 6 fractal pips. 202 plus 6 fractal pips. You see, that's why the pattern was filtered. Very needed function. The filtering the patterns is very, very important. Okay, continue. After that, let me reset that to this. We will talk about the backtesting in the end, both direction. Well, this automatic function is enabled in MPS Automatic and MPS Pro. You will have it absolutely working the same way as I just shown you. Next, let's switch to manual. Let's set our limitations. The limitations are the same with both manual or automatic or pro. Let's switch that to manual, and let's enable some patterns that we want to be displayed. We want to be displayed a Gartley, a bat, and a cipher and butterfly. Wow, pretty cool. 4 advanced formations will be displayed. By default, nothing is drawn. You are to use your keyboard to initiate drawing modes. What are the keyboard controls? To enter the standard X to A to B to C mode, you have to press C. Look at this. X to A to B to C to D. And you see the pattern is drawn. This way it was a Gartley, BF stop number 4. This means Alex Gartley, not a standard, not that variation that is commonly used, but my own. But you know how to switch that back in your settings. Let's go here. X to A to B to C to D, like this. And those initial rectangles are deleted, and those rectangles that are set according to your settings are drawn. This is the bat advanced formation with my variation of alternative entry. Let's go next. What is the second swing identification algorithm that you may use in your custom swings? This is the shortened. If the C point does not exceed A, you can draw the patterns diagonally, right, like that, from C to A, and it will calculate the rest. Of course, it won't work with ciphers because C in ciphers exceeds A. So with cipher pattern, you are to use the standard X to A to B to C, and with other patterns like bats, Gartleys, and butterflies, and crabs, and what else, alternative bats, you can use the shortened one. Press A. If you press S, all features will be deleted. All your patterns will be deleted. These keyboard controls are also available in automatic. No, they aren't. They are also available in MonsterPatternSearch and in MonsterPatternSearch Pro. So you can delete those patterns using your keyboards, and you can enter the drawing mode, the standard drawing mode with C keyboard, and shortened drawing mode with A point. Okay, you have additional bonus things with your keyboard as well, bonus tips. They are also available in MPS Manual and MPS Pro. If you press Z on your keyboard like this, and you click on the high of a candle or low of the candle, you will have a number of ATRs. 1 ATR below, 2 ATR below, or 1 ATR above, 2 ATR above. This is ATR distance, is ATR net. Maybe very good for you if you are to set your trade 1 ATR above or below, the stop loss 1 ATR above or 2 ATRs below, or whatever. Press S to delete everything. And one of the interesting functions here is to know the number of a bar. If you press X and you click to whatever bar, you will have the number in the comments. 200 293. This is the number of bar of this. So if you enable that 293, it will start the calculations starting from that bar. Okay, that's it about manual functions. What else you can do? You can switch that initial triangle's color. Let's do that. Background, and let me do it false, like this. Okay. So your drawing methods will look this way. You see that? It's not filled anymore, and the color is different. Let's go to backtesting right now. Okay, first of all, make sure that you have enough bars. You should not exceed the amount of bars that you downloaded and that you allow in your chart window. If you have 5,000 bars in your chart window, then you should type something that is less than that. 4,990 will be pretty good, and this will do the backtest. Set the limitation. Let us only show medium and large patterns, so start from 8 ATRs. Okay, sorry, automatic. This is useless if you don't switch to automatic. This function is only available in MonsterPatternSearch Pro. It's not available in MPS manual. In MPS automatic, it is only available in MonsterPatternSearch Pro. This is the backtesting function, and you will see how easy it is to do the backtest. You see the patterns are drawn. Unlike other software, I don't use fractal system and draw the pattern completion point according to the place where price changed its direction. I don't do that. I draw the completion point according to my calculations. So regardless of that, if price ever been there, or even if it never completed the pattern, it is drawn. Like this. The Gartley pattern is drawn, the cipher pattern is drawn, but price never came there. And the same way the bat pattern is drawn. Because the patterns are drawn in advance. Let's disallow that auto scroll. Let's go deeper into history. You see the cipher pattern. It doesn't coincide with exact reversal point. It draws the entry, calculated entry, and those Gartley and bats, they actually doesn't fit the market price section because they were drawn in advance. Software doesn't know if price will complete the pattern or not. Okay, this butterfly formation, look at this. Yes, it doesn't coincide in time exactly with that, but the calculations are precise and it almost spots the very reversal. So not only you have winners, but you have losers as well, and you have those patterns that never completed. This is the difference between my software and other software. It identifies patterns before they complete, but not only when you have the reversal taken place, and you can only see them on history saying, oh, it was a winner, I missed that. Never you will miss this. If you switch your time frame, of course your patterns will be recalculated. You can see that. Recent Gartley and recent butterfly went here. This bat variation, it hit stop with my approach, but if you switch that to standard approach, why not? If you use that standard approach and you never heard about Alexander Nikitin's approach, well, it will be very good for you to use the standard one. It never hit the stop loss. It never hit the stop loss as well. You see that? Okay. So you can see losers and winners, and winners and losers, regardless of the fact, regardless of further price action. So you don't pick up the winners from your history only. Well, let's continue. I've done the backtesting of all the pairs. I only trade only those that I trust. And here I will show you the example of how you can do the backtest to improve your trading skills, to improve your trading results. And as an example, I will use the advanced pattern approach, advanced formation approach. with the stop loss of equal distance. This means that you measure the entry like this, set your stop loss like this. This is 3 advanced formations, and this is 3. So the stop loss will look this way. What is equal distance? That means that you measure the target, yes, from here 68 towards 68, and you have it this way. Okay, here's the backtest spreadsheet. I have found more than 11,000 examples for you to have the reliable statistical data. Backtested 4-hour and 5-hour. Medium is medium pattern, large is large pattern, yes. Pair is Aussie CAD, Aussie Yen. What is that? Here are the results. If we switch that, I highlighted them being green if they hit more than 55% win rate. You can see that. Bet, large, blah 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 result. Butterfly, large, blah 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 result. Okay, so these are the pairs that I've done and tested. Pause it, pause the video, write that down if you wish to know the performance of patterns with my software with this particular settings. Advanced formations, 1-to-1 target to distance, stop loss 1-to-1, stop loss to target distance. Okay, so let's go to diagrams. Let's see what is the improvement. First of all, if you choose the portfolio, for example, trading large patterns on all the pairs will give you the 54% win rate. 1-to-1 target is pretty good to have 50% win rate, but if you will choose the pairs, if you filter some pairs, you won't trade godly on all the pairs, you will have 62%. You see that? 57 towards 60, 56 towards 60, 56 and 59. Yes, the same with medium. You can also choose the portfolio according to them, just like this. Okay, and you can do it different way. You can set every pair, attach the indicator to pair, and for example here Aussie Canadian, if you trade all patterns you will have 54, and if you trade those that are the best, that are more than 55, you will have 57. Let's say you will only set it to show you medium godlies, medium bats, and medium, let's say, butterflies only. You will have that according to this backtest. Medium bat, medium cipher, medium butterflies. Yes, my memory is good. You will have the improvement up to 57. Okay, if you trade all the patterns, you will have 60%. If you will skip some patterns won't be displayed, you will have 61%. See that? This is the difference. Okay, if you will trade all the patterns on Aussie dollar, 57 to 58. Sometimes the improvement is not that radical, but sometimes it's worth taking some notes. From 55 to 60%, 5% improvement is pretty good. How many pairs, how many setups were found during the backtest? They were found 11,000 of setups, almost 12,000 of setups. Just imagine this situation. When I was a bit younger and I never had that MPS Pro algorithms, MPS Pro software for backtest, I've been doing my analysis manually, and it typically was this way. I were to scroll the chart back, and let's say this looks like something, yes, like this. I will measure this leg, I will measure that leg, I will take the triangle to draw them, 1 2 3 2 4, and I will take another triangle to draw it, 1 2 3 2 4, and I will measure the stop loss of this like this. I will measure the This is the horizontal line. I will measure the target of this like this, and I will find out, okay, it never hit the target of 382, but it went to stop loss instead. Let me type it as a loser, and then I switch it next, slowly, bar by bar. Okay, this looks like a potential pattern, and I repeat that from the very beginning. This manual is a bit time consuming, and it on average it takes about 5 minutes to find the pattern. You will find it, you will check it, you will set the stop, the target, you will draw it, and you will write it down. It takes that about 5 minutes. With MonsterPatternSearch, you saw it draws historical patterns within 1 second. Those thousands of historical patterns are found within 1 second. So just imagine that. If you wish to do the similar backtest to find what patterns are better to trade and on what time frame and on what pair, you are to do the calculations. 5 minutes multiply 11 thousandths. How many hours it will be? 55,000 minutes divided 60 to know hours. It is 900 hours of manual work. Yes, and if you divide it, let's say you only work 4 hours a day because you have a part-time job or whatever, it will take you 229 days non-stop. If you have some weekends, if you have some days off, it is a year of hard work, 4 hours a day, like a robot, working only to find out what patterns are performing better than others, what pairs are better than others. Only to have that. With MonsterPatternSearch Pro, you don't need to do that work. This is very time-consuming work. You can only focus on your portfolio, not what pairs will, not what patterns are having better performance on what time frames, but actually your portfolio. You just pick up the best pairs. You can see that the backtest is done within some seconds. You only to write down the results and calculate the Excel spreadsheets. Pretty simple. Well, that's it. Hope the demonstration was useful for you.